You are watching KAVU 25 News Now at 10.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Amaya Norman. Road work on Mullet Drive will continue into next week. City officials say the road will be closed December 1st through the 5th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. each day. The adjust hours are meant to avoid school traffic and keep drivers and crews safe. Now, this closure is addition to the work already happening on Mullet Drive this week. Drivers are encouraged to plan for delays and use different routes. We're now learning of potential new information about the suspect in the shooting of 2 National Guard members in the nation's capital. The Secretary of Homeland Security says he was radicalized after arriving in the U.S. from Afghanistan. 20-year-old Sarah Beckstrom died on Thanksgiving Day. Here's the latest.
Tonight, new clues as to what may have driven 29-year-old Afghan national Ramanullah Lakhdwal to allegedly shoot 2 West Virginia National Guardsmen just 2 blocks from the White House. 20-year-old specialist Sarah Beckstrom dying of her injuries on Thanksgiving Day. Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf now fighting for his life. Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem saying Lakhdwal could have been radicalized here in the U.S.
We continue to talk to his family and his contacts. More details will be revealed and we'll release those when it's appropriate.
Authorities still investigating, but so far have not released any evidence pointing to Lakhdwal having ties to a terrorist organization. The husband and father of 5 entered the U.S. in 2021 and was granted asylum in April. A source tells ABC News Lakhdwal was unable to work in his adopted home of Washington State because of an expired work permit. And according to the Associated Press, he struggled for years with his new life in the U.S., while his mental health reportedly deteriorated. The shooting leading the Trump administration to pause all asylum decisions and, at least for now, stopping the granting of visas to Afghan nationals.
It is outrageous and unfair to try to punish an entire class of people. These are individuals who worked side by side with America in the fight against the Taliban. And if they were sent back now, the Taliban may likely kill them.
Lakhdwal was wounded in the shooting and remains in the hospital. He faces first-degree murder and other charges. Mola Lengi, ABC News, Washington.
Big changes are coming to how the Food and Drug Administration approves vaccines. On Friday, an internal memo obtained by CNN claimed that at least 10 children died after receiving the COVID-19 vaccine. That memo alleged that healthy children, supposedly at low risk, were pressured by the mandates to get vaccinated. The FDA says it looked at 96 cases and found 10 deaths, prompting new plans to demand more safety and benefit evidence before approving vaccines. So far, no details have been released about how the approval process will actually change. Now let's go to Jacob Lozano with the first look at our forecast. Jacob, today was chilly. It was chilly, that's all I gotta say. So how is the Crossroads going to be looking for the rest of the week?
Well, it was really chilly this morning. I can tell you that when I was at church. Got a little bit of the wind blowing and it felt like it was just getting colder out there with that wind chill. But right now we're sitting at 51 degrees with cloudy skies. And that cloud cover is actually going to keep our temperatures roughly within plus or minus 5 degrees here for tomorrow as well as for Tuesday. But we're going to talk about the wind chills here for tomorrow because tomorrow it's going to be feeling like 41 when you get up in the morning. Some areas could experience possibly feeling into the 30s there. And temperatures aren't really going to fluctuate as much as you think they would. But the wind chills still look like they're going to be right around the 40s here for us. So it's going to be feeling like it's going to be 45, 46 degrees here for the whole day. And then it gets even colder as we start to get clearing from the clouds. And it's going to be feeling near freezing here. It's not going to be actually freezing, but the temperatures with the wind chill, it'll make it feel like 34 in the morning there for Tuesday. So make sure you have that jacket ready because it's going to be a bit of a cold couple of days here for us. But we do have rain chances for tomorrow. I'll talk about that coming up. Amaya?
Tonight, the urgent search for a suspect after a child's birthday party turns deadly in Stockton, California. 3 of the 4 people killed were children. At least 11 others were injured. Police say this was a targeted attack. Authorities are now asking the public for help. Here's ABC's Melissa Don.
Tonight, a manhunt underway for a suspect police say left 4 people dead and 11 others injured after opening fire at a birthday party in Stockton, California.
Our #1 priority right now is locating either a suspect or possible suspects in this incident and holding them accountable.
Police say gunfire erupted around 6 p.m. Saturday at a banquet hall. First responders rushing to the scene where at least 15 people, including children, were shot and taken to local hospitals.
Tons of cop cars, ambulances, literally people yelling, running, just pure chaos.
The San Joaquin Sheriff's Office telling ABC News the victims who lost their lives were ages 8, 9, 14, and 21.
Violence of this nature has absolutely no place at any time, shape, or form, and children should not be harmed by gun and gang violence.
Investigators say they believe this was a targeted incident, and tonight community members are holding a vigil for those victims. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Millions of SNAP benefits recipients may soon have to meet new work rules to keep their benefits. The Republican-backed Big Beautiful bill now requires at least 80 hours of activity each month for a much wider group of people. A Congressional Budget Office report says that will mean an average of 2.4 million fewer people receiving benefits each month. States are reporting confusion, rushed timelines, and technology systems that aren't ready to implement the change. As a result, some residents could lose food aids as soon as January. State officials warn the full impact will unfold as recipients reach their next recertification deadline. And the Victoria County Commissioner Court is set to meet Monday, December 1st at 10 a.m. The meeting will take place inside the Victoria County Courthouse in room 241. On the agenda, commissioners will consider accepting a partnership letter that will allow a giving tree and donation box to be placed inside the courthouse for the holiday season. They will also discuss a proposed reimbursement program that would give Victoria County residents money back for flights taken out of Victoria Regional Airport during the upcoming travel period, and along with more key items that will be discussed. For more local news, content, weather, and sports, come to our website at crossroadstoday.com. And if you see news happening, let us know. Call the number on your screen to contact our newsroom or email us your tips at staff@crossroadstoday.com. A powerful winter storm is throwing holiday travel into chaos. What this winter storm means for your travel next.
Temperatures this morning 49 degrees, but you wouldn't believe me if I said it. The high was 71 because it happened after 12 o'clock here last night. So right around average for this time of the year. It's going to be even colder for tomorrow. And plus we got rain chances in our forecast. We'll talk about that.
Now to the high-stakes talks to end the war between Ukraine and Russia. Both U.S. and Ukrainian negotiators say today's talks were productive, but sticking points remain. Here's ABC's chief foreign correspondent Ian Pinnell reporting from Ukraine.
Tonight, high-stakes talks in Florida. The Trump administration's top negotiators, Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, President Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner, and Secretary of State Marco Rubio, meeting with the Ukrainian delegation to discuss the peace plan being pushed by the president.
This is not just about ending the war, which is very important. It is about securing Ukraine's future, a future that we hope will be more prosperous than it's ever been.
But while both sides calling the talks positive, crucial sticking points remain. A source familiar with the discussions telling ABC News the Russians are not willing to agree to a ceasefire in any form, while Ukraine is unwilling to concede territory. Meanwhile, the battle raging on. Russia launching more devastating drone and missile attacks against Ukraine this weekend. At least 4 killed and dozens wounded in Kyiv. But Ukraine fighting back. Ukraine's intelligence service releasing dramatic video showing sea drones hitting 2 Russian tankers off Turkey's coast, suspected of smuggling sanctioned Russian oil. And for those on the front lines, the way this war ends matters. We met Vitaly and his wife Yulia. He lost both his legs after being struck by a Russian drone on the eastern front.
Now Ukraine is being asked to make further sacrifices, to give up land, to reduce the size of its army.
We are not going to do that.
You're not going to do that?
No.
So many lives have been devastated by this war, and Ukrainians are adamant that these sacrifices should not be in vain.
This is a critical week for Ukraine. On Tuesday, US Special Envoy Steve Witkoff takes this deal to Vladimir Putin. Only then are we going to know if the Russian president's willing to make not just demands, but concessions too. Few here in Ukraine, though, have high hopes that a breakthrough to end this nearly 4-year-long conflict is imminent. Ian Pannell, ABC News in northeast Ukraine.
The death toll in the deadly Hong Kong apartment fire has grown to nearly 150 people. Authorities confirmed today that at least 146 people have now died in the inferno, and that number is expected to rise. Meanwhile, 40 people are still missing and 100 others remain unaccounted for as search efforts continue. Authorities have arrested 11 people in connections with the blaze as an investigation into potential regulatory negligence continues. The cause of the fire also remains under investigation. A winter storm has made a miss of the trip home for millions of Americans after the Thanksgiving holiday. Thousands of flights delayed and canceled, snow creating dangerous driving conditions in part of the country. ABC's Sophie Flay with more.
Tonight, a winter wallop disrupting travel coast to coast as millions return from the Thanksgiving holiday. Chicago hit with its snowiest November day on record, 8.4 inches in 24 hours. Winds whipping off Lake Michigan so strong, icicles forming sideways. Snowplows racing to clear roadways. In South Bend, Indiana, EarthCam cameras show Notre Dame campus blanketed in snow. And further south near Terre Haute, a 45-vehicle pileup on Interstate 70, drivers losing control and sliding into one another. The highway shut down for several hours. Indiana State Police with this plea.
Folks, if you can stay home, let's just stay home.
Fortunately, no one seriously hurt.
People just need to drive smart when the snow starts falling. Reduce your speed, make sure you're buckled up, and let's just all be safe out there.
This was the scene in Lowville, New York, north of Syracuse. The winter storm expected to bring nearly a foot of snow. More than 8,000 flights delayed nationwide, according to FlightAware. More than 1,000 canceled. Travelers stranded at Chicago's O'Hare. The Felt family trying to get home to New Orleans.
Just trying to roll with the punches. We know better than a lot of people that sometimes Mother Nature has other plans and can disrupt what your plans are going to be.
They finally arrived home at 5 a.m. this morning. Overnight, a Delta flight from Detroit to Des Moines slid off the runway, taxiing right after landing. 58 people were on board and no injuries. That same system now bringing rain and snow to the Northeast, with wet roads extending all the way to the Gulf Coast. Sophie Flay, ABC News, New York.
Plans for a Border Patrol operation in New Orleans are not expected to begin tomorrow. A senior Homeland Security official tells NBC News they are instead being planned to begin sometimes next week. Now, this week, 250 Border Patrol agents were detailed to the operation in New Orleans as of last week. And although the exact duration is not known, the operation is expected to be relatively short. Initially, the immigration crackdown was to be called Swamp Sweep, but that name has apparently changed. Officials have not disclosed the new name. According to New Orleans' last census, about 6.5% of residents were foreign-born. Experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. Stream our daily newscasts and much more using your connected TV. Just download Crossroads Today Plus on your Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, or Android TV. Search Crossroads Today Plus.
Well, taking a look outside, we got quite a bit of cloud cover there, as well as some shower activity picking up there towards the north. We'll talk about the rain chances and why the cloud cover is sticking around coming up. Alrighty, Crossroads, get that jacket ready because it's going to continue to be cold here for quite some time here for the next couple of days, as northerly winds will continue to flow and the cloud cover will actually continue to stick here for us, as well as rain chances opening up for us as we already see light shower activity west of 35 there and north of San Antonio. But that's because of this stalled frontal system that's continuing to bring in moisture up north, as well as now forming a low pressure system just to the south there because of that warmer condition off the Gulf, as well as these colder airs. So let me show you the setup, what's going on. So cold, dry air is a lot denser than the warm Gulf air. So it forces it upwards and gives moisture up into the air. And the jet stream is what's steering the cloud cover up northeast there. So that's why we have a lot of cloud cover. Now, because of this low, we're going to be seeing a little bit more precipitation per se there. Now, at the surface, we still have northerly winds fighting this low. But if you go about a couple hundred feet up, you start to see the moisture actually flowing in to Texas here. And so that's going to open the door here for some shower activity here for tomorrow. So tonight we're going to be seeing light showers begin to pick up here by 4 a.m. A little bit more of a moderate to light shower, and then it actually picks up here quite a bit here for more of a moderate to possibly heavy shower. Not really looking at lightning within the system just because of the cold, just how cold it is, but can't rule out a little strike or two with some of these heavier downpours with the rise in the cloud precipitation there. So 59 is going to continue to see some shower activity there for the morning time, and it actually dissipates here, but still keeps it relatively spotty throughout the day here, and as well as for the afternoon and evening time for us before the high pressure actually pushes some more northerly winds and actually pushes the system out of here at the mid levels here for us. So going to keep us cooler as well because, well, colder air is still filtering in, so temperatures will stay right around the mid 50s here for us. But then we actually start to get southerly breeze back, and it brings in 70 degrees. But then we have another front, and that actually drops our highs here back to the 60s here for us. So temperatures are going to be starting to feel a little bit warm, and then they're going to kind of duck down here just a little bit. But you got to enjoy these colder temperatures if you love the cold. 42 degrees in the morning, then it gets to 39 there. So it's a little bit chillier there as we start the month of December. Then it gets to 43, and then we'll be coasting right around the 50s here for us there. But that's not it. We have another frontal system, and it's going to be opening up an opportunity for some more shower activity here for us. More on the moderate to light right now here is what we're predicting here. But it does end up throwing back more shower activity here once it passes through here. So we're going to be watching for some more shower activity here for us. So tomorrow, shower activity, going to be cold. Make sure you bring that umbrella as well as wearing that rain jacket as well. We're going to be seeing those conditions as well with the northerly winds at about 8 to 10 miles per hour. A little bit windier there in Port Lavaca, however, but the next 7 days, it is going to be just quite seasonable, I'll say. For the beginning of December, temperatures in the 50s, going to feel like winter here for the next couple of days. We have another front here Thursday, and then lows end up back into the 40s here for Saturday and Sunday. Now, don't forget to scan the QR code for more news, weather, and sports. And speaking of sports, we've got Trenton.
Thank you, Jacob. And you missed it last night. I talked about your Aggies and your Spurs. Well, fortunately, we won't be talking about your Spurs after their game this afternoon. Instead, we're going to break down each of the Crossroads playoff matchups next week as the postseason enters the state quarterfinals. Coming up in sports. All right, Crossroads, we're finally going to put to bed that big win, Refugio over Ganado. The Bobcats said night-night with a big night on the ground on offense and making a lot of big plays on defense as well. They went up against the talented Ganado offensive team. We spoke with Leighton Garza, who got a big interception during this game off a deep pass from Landon Arriaga. Now let's hear from him about the team's big game on defense.
All my coach say, if the ball's in the air, go get it. That's rule number one. The ball's in the air, go get it. That's all I had to do. Practice, everything's strictly business. There ain't no playing around. The coaches have a plan. We execute the plan. That's it. There isn't much to it. We have great coaches, great everything. We just need to execute it.
All right, well, a lot of teams still left here in these UIL state football playoffs. So let's go ahead and talk about what we're going to see for next week. Starting with Refugio, they'll face off against the Mason Punchers team with 3 losses on the season, but they're averaging over 36 points a game, and they're up to 52 points per game in the postseason. Defense is also tough, holding opponents to just about 15 points per game. Tidehaven is also moving on, a state favorite, beating Blanco 31-3. They'll go on to face East Bernard in the state quarterfinals, a 9-4 team averaging around 36 points in the postseason. But Tidehaven hasn't played a close playoff game yet, and they're beating teams by an average of over 33 points per game. That's crazy. We talked a bit about Shiner last night, getting ready to face off against Junction, one of the 6 teams in the 2A Division II playoffs to reach the 70-point mark. Defense is also elite, holding teams to just 11 points per game in the postseason. Edna will face Leno, who just beat Goliad 31-7 in the regional finals, another Crossroads team. They're averaging over 44 points this playoffs with a high water mark of 53 a couple rounds ago. Their defense is also holding teams to 11 points per game. Finally, we'll talk about the Cuero Gobblers, who will have a rematch against Sinton. The Pirates scored 71 points in the first round, and their only loss of the season was to Cuero. That was a barn burner, if you remember it. 56-55. Cuero took a big comeback victory there at the end. So we'll have to see how this game plays out, if it's going to be an offensive matchup like it was last time. Good luck to all these Crossroads teams as they move on into the next round. We're going to go ahead and move on to pro football now. C.J. Stroud played for the first time after missing 3 games to a concussion. He put up some numbers and yardage with 276, but he also threw a pick and had no touchdowns. Nick Chubb scored one of the team's touchdowns on the ground. Nico Collins also led the team in receiving with 98 yards, but his only score was also on the ground. Took some trickery to get that score, but it helped the Texans take the lead in the 4th. The defense held it down to end the game, forcing a turnover on downs with their backs against the wall, and now they inch a little closer in that division race. They're 7-5, and they dropped the Colts to 8-4 after 2 straight losses. Next week is the Chiefs on the road for Houston, another big game with playoff implications in the AFC. And we'll wrap it up with the Houston Rockets blowing out the Utah Jazz in a wire-to-wire win, 129-101. Reed Shepard got the start. Rockets maybe found something in that young guard. Players that they know they have something in. Alperen Şengün had 27. Kevin Durant not far behind with an efficient 25. And Amen Thompson distributed the ball well with 9 assists. It was a pretty easy game for the Rockets, but they're in a pretty easy stretch. They'll play the Jazz again tomorrow. And that'll be it for your sports. It was a pleasure giving you those sports this weekend. Amaya?
Thank you, Trenton. Thanksgiving may be behind us, but don't toss that leftover pie just yet. National Pie Day Part 2 is here, and we'll tell you why it's the perfect excuse for another slice next. Be the rear view, but if you have leftover pumpkin pie or any other kind of pie, Monday is the perfect day to devour it. That's because December 1st is National Pie Day. Actually, make that National Pie Day Part 2. The pie celebration on December 1st is the second observance of the year. Now, according to nationaldaycalendar.com, the more popular National Pie Day is on January 23rd. Back it up, slice it up, and gobble it up, whether it's blueberry, sweet potato, pumpkin, or pecan. Any way you slice it, it's a nice way to celebrate the end of the week.
Can't believe they didn't mention apple pie.
Oh, yeah, and peach pie.
What are we thinking?
Peach cobbler pie?
Yeah, peach cobbler. Well, I just prefer peach cobbler.
Well, I don't know.
I can't believe they get 2 days.
That's crazy, bro. Like, what? I'll celebrate.
I mean, I'll celebrate too. Pie is good.
Pie is good.
Yeah, and it's good with cold weather, especially a warm pie.
Oh,
a warm pie
no, but
tastes
okay.
great.
Yes, no,
right
he's
now,
right. He's right.
Right now, with the colder temperatures, especially for the next couple of days, we're going to be seeing temperatures in the 50s for the high. The feels like temperature is going to be feeling in the 40s. And then we got 39 degrees there for Tuesday morning. And then we got more rain chances in our forecast, as well as another frontal system. But make sure you pack that umbrella tomorrow because it's going to be a bit rainy, as well as bundling up. It's going to be a bit cold as well.
Wow.
Make sure to have a fresh apple pie waiting.
There you go.
You're right. Thank you for joining us. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today, and join Carolina Estrain and Parker Cox for 25 News Now Sunrise at 5.